Good morning. Everybody hear me? We good to go? Who we got all in here? Trans in here. Got a couple others. Alright. So, today we'll try playing a little bit of the construction simulator. So, just so you guys know, morning done. The Amazon really screwed me over. I had ordered joysticks. They sent me the wrong one the first time. Then I reordered. I sent back the joystick that I had ordered, or that they sent me, and reordered the same stuff. And it was supposed to be here yesterday, and then they delayed it again another week, so I just canceled the order. So no joysticks. So what I'm going to do is I'll just play with the keyboard stuff. I did play a couple of different missions, kind of got used to the game, so that way we can play it, and actually I have an idea what I'm doing now. So we can do that today. And I saved a couple of jobs that actually have to deal with putting pipe in the ground. So I'll play that and screw around. If any of you guys got any questions or anything right off the get-go, shoot them out while I figure out what I'm going to do. I got some pictures and whatnot. Some new pictures of the job. I actually got to pull them off my phone. I hadn't done that yet. Alright. Let me download those pictures, and I got something to show you guys of what I've been doing for the week. We've been putting in slide route shoring, and it's been going slow. It's not going the way that I had hoped anyways. It's going a little bit slower. We've only got all the shoring is all the way beat down into the ground, which means that if I had to beat it into the ground, it's going to be hell to pull it back out of the ground. So, and that won't be for, I think we got until the 26th. So in a couple of weeks, I'll be backfilling. We have to have the manhole completed and poured and everything, and ready to go. So let's see here. I gotta go to pictures. I don't know why computers this day still can't figure out which side your photographs go up. So I gotta straighten these things out. Got a few photos here of my screensaver. Let me see here. So this will be the first set of pictures we got here. So what we got here is we're putting in pumps into the trenched area. We have a lot of water that's coming through the rock around the pipe, and we haven't been able to keep the water down, which is what's been slowing us down. So you can see our long reach that we have in the background that we've been using to dig all the way to the bottom. Now that thing, I got a picture of us with that thing sunk all the way to the bottom. Let me see. Go. There you go. But Home Depot buckets, so they got all their glue. This is another company that's doing the wells for us. So let me set of photos for you. And that was from Friday. Let me see here. Yeah, get all photos turned around, so I don't want to make you guys dizzy trying to spin these around. All right. Also got a little. There we go. Okay. So what I'm showing here in this picture is the fact that I've got this machine here is leaning to one side, and the reason I dumped all this material underneath the track is we've got the bogey carts that go in the middle that span the center of the trench to help keep the walls straight up and down. Otherwise, even though these pillars are 30 feet long and all the walls are locked together, if you don't put something in the middle, it will still collapse in on itself. So to dig underneath them, you lean the rig kind of like a backhoe, and that way you can dig at an angle, or the boom will be at an angle, and you can actually get underneath the bogey carts. So here's another image of seeing it sideways, and then down here, this is the bogey cart. We have two of them stacked on top of each other. We're about 25 feet deep. Okay. And there's our groundwater. And here's the bogey cart at the bottom that I was talking about. That's this guy here. And there's our pipe, 108 inch or 102 inch or something like that. Big pipe. So to get this material that's underneath and next to these pillars, you gotta lean that rig a little bit, and that way you can reach in there and break out this little slug of dirt that's holding back all the rock, and that'll allow the guys to start hand shoveling and going underneath the pipe. And because we're in this pea gravel material, this really fine stuff here, this stuff is like sugar. If you've ever poured sugar or salt on your table and it just spreads everywhere, that's what this material does. It'll, as you dig down, it just keeps running back and back and back underneath the ground outside of your shoring. And that's not good, because when that runs back, you've got to replace all that material. So the idea is you want to block it and stop it from moving and keep it in place. There's several different ways you can do that. You can do kind of what we've tried here, cutting plywood, shoving wood in there. This is not the best method, although if you get it in there early enough, it will help and slow down the process of that rocks coming out. Another method is doing a slurry injection of some kind of concrete material. You can just inject it into the rock. You just stick a probe into there with it's like taking a shot. You shove it in there, you inject some fluid in there in a couple of places, and when it seizes up, that rock will not move. It won't start rolling out like it does naturally. So that's the attempt that we were making over here. You can kind of see the rock, how it's just rolling out. So we've got to get more dunnage and wood in there to stop it. But this is the exciting process of slide rail shoring on something like this. See, got another picture. Yep, there's the top side. So pretty much everything is down to grade here. There's our safety railing that we have in place around it. We have access points here, extended ladders with extra hand rails that connect at the top for the guys, so you can grab onto it, step over, and climb down the ladder with a higher level of safety. And then once we get to working, we'll open up the gate. This ladder will be right where the gate is, and it'll be tied off. So that way it can't slide side to side or backwards when the guys go up and down it. And part of being in construction, you get beautiful sunrises in the mornings. And sometimes, if the days are short enough, you get the sunsets as well, or if you're working really stupid long hours. No. Did I close my... Oh, there it is. Just looking for you guys. See how many guys I got? I got 6 guys watching. You were doing so much in Construction Simulator, your hand went numb. Yeah, I can see that happening. Windsor, good morning. Sam, hello. Yeah, Pete Gravel blows. Windsor. Anybody that hasn't seen Windsor in here, he's been an operator for what, 7, 8 years or 9 years or something like that. So, welcome in, everybody. Thank you for showing up. I'm just going through some photos of my job site that I'm currently working at. If I see something in here I can't show you, I'm going to swing past it. So, here's a good example of the pea gravel before we get the shield all the way down to the top of the pipe, and you can see a void starting to start back here where we've disturbed the rock and the rock started to flow out. But there's the pipe. You can see how big that monster is, and currently it is shut down. Currently that pipe is shut down. They've diverted the sewer to another pipeline that's about 50, 60 feet to the west, or no, east of this pipe, and that one's a 120-inch pipe. So this pipe has about 1 foot of wet material in the bottom of it, and we have to punch a hole right into the top of this. So we're going to put what's called a manway. So there'll be 2 lids that go on this. We'll have a hole that gets cored into the top of it, so it's perfectly round for a manway. The concrete company will come in, they'll build the structure around, and we'll have a manway that goes in. It's like a manhole, but on top of the pipe, and then we'll build the manhole structure that goes all the way up to the surface and have another entrance at the top. So that's the way this one's going to be, I believe. And then we have another pipe, hole that we're going to have to punch in over here, and then it goes up and out at about, 30 degrees or something like that. That shoots up really fast. So that way there's a lot of gravity to push the sewage into the line, especially when it's running more than half full. So spring line is what we call half full. So spring line would be it running at half a pipe full or a little bit more. So we're going to be punching in just above spring line, I believe. So that way the sewer that's coming into this line from where we're running it is going to just dump right in there. And this is old pipe. This is old concrete pipe. This was put in back in the 60s, I believe, 50s or 60s. And this is just tongue and groove, no bell. And it's just, they stab it together with a tongue and a groove, so the pipe will be like this, and it just slips in like that. And it's smooth. They didn't mortar the joints, which super surprises me. But again, this was put in 70 years ago. And it's just, we're looking at someone else's work that was done, and the people everybody that put this pipe in is long gone. They're dead. Nobody's alive that installed this pipe. So it's amazing that we're down there touching something someone else did, 70 years ago. So here's the inner. So this is a good example of the inside shield and outside shield. So that previous picture just showed the outside of the panels. There's 2 and they're locked in. This is a lock that locks them together. So the 2 panels go together. So when you hook to the top panel and you go to remove it, it pulls the bottom panel up with the top one. And we just use a set of 4-way chains, so there's 4 of these chains on this one connection. That's for picking up, square items or round items that you pick up from multiple points. So the inner panel here, it just slides inside the rails and goes down as far as you want it to go. You can actually take these, since we're over pipe, you can either put dunnage, some big blocks of wood underneath here to protect the pipe, or you can actually put a chain through the holes here and tie it off to either the post or the panels or something up on top that'll keep this from sliding any further and hitting the pipe. Everybody just went like that, didn't you? So this is what she looks like. See our access ladder. We have several access points. Here's this is the west side. You can see our sump that we put in. Our inner panels, outer panels, same thing. All the way around the bogey carts that are in keeping the center standing. There I am taking a picture. But you can see we've got plenty of water we're trying to take care of. Let's see. There was water coming in from this side, just bubbling up out of the ground, coming in as well. So that would be groundwater. Any water that's coming out of the rock zone over here around the pipe, that's kind of a French drain effect. So it's just coming in from the trench line, following the pipeline for miles. So that water will never disappear because it's got an endless source of water coming towards us. It's just about trying to manage that water, and that's the current problem we have, is the water is coming in at a rate that our pumps aren't keeping up with. So we put some bigger pumps in on Friday, and that's what those pictures of the guys putting the pumps in was for. So they're putting in those pumps, and we'll be, hopefully, Monday when we get in tomorrow, the water will be pumped down to the point that we can dig. If the water's not down and it still looks like this with the bigger pumps, they're going to have to upgrade the generator because we're running at max voltage on the generator that we have out there. It's one of those big tow behind ones. They'll have to get a bigger one or another one and start running some bigger pumps. We're running, so the ones that are in, we've got a 4 horsepower pump and a couple of 3 horsepowers, and then a bunch of 2 horsepowers on the outside of the shielding. There's our extendo lado. We did some more digging, cleared out that dirt that was here. Still have this slug in here. That's all gone now at this point, but this is from a couple of days ago. Here's our piping. This is the main header pipe that goes out and all the way down about a mile away to go drop into the same pipe that we're working on, but there's a system in between us and where we're dropping it in. That's why we had to go so far. But that's a lot of head pressure that these pumps are trying to push this water up and over hills every once in a while. So we're not the highest point. And this is gravity fed. The only pressure that it's receiving is from the pumps that are pumping into it, which puts a strain on the pumps and makes it so the water doesn't go away as fast as we would like it to. And that's part of the problem, is the pumps are pumping, but they are also pushing all this water up and over a hill before it goes downhill to the manhole that it's dropping into. So the way to resolve that issue is using a Klein tank. A Klein tank is a giant tank that has sections in it of walls that don't go all the way to the top of the box. So imagine just a giant steel box that allows you to pump water into the top. It'll fill up a section. The water will spill over to the next section and then spill over to the last section, which has an outlet on it. And what this is doing, this is creating the zones for the water to stagnate in and sit while the water runs over the top. All the debris and anything coming out of the pumps or out of the ground has time to settle into the bottom of the Klein tank, and then that way all the water going back into the system is clean water, not, it doesn't have any debris or anything like that in it. Windsor, 15 years. Back to you. Just been with my current company 9 years. Got it. That's where I got my confusion from. Okay. Look, I've been putting in water main. Our new main is we're replacing a main that was supposedly put in 1865. Wow. That is some old pipe there. And it's still in use. At least this was what I was told. Yeah, exactly. You have to take everything that you're told with a grain of sand, because who knows if it's actually the truth or not. It's just what people think they know. And I don't know if you've ever come across this, but I've come across it on one job. Wooden pipe. I came across some 100-plus-year-old wooden pipe. Basically what it is they take coiled wire and they take little slats of wood like you see on old wooden boats. So the wood's about like yay wide, and they just stack the wood in a circle and cut it perfectly, and then it basically, they use some kind of glue or an oil or something to lock it, and the wire keeps the wood together like a barrel, kind of like those barrel straps do. And I dug through that, and I kept pulling all this wire out of there because all the wood had been degraded and was gone. The pipe was obviously not in use. It was about a 6-inch line, but I pulled it out, and we finally came across a section of it that was still together, still had all the wood slats and everything in it. It was pretty cool to see it. I wish I had gotten some pictures of it. Look at that. See, you just said it too. You saw wooden water main as well. That is cool. Yeah, it's cool that somebody else is saying the same thing I'm talking about. That is awesome, dude. So anybody else got any questions? If you got any questions, put them up here. I am willing to answer anything you got to talk about. If you got, what the hell? I must have taken a picture of the sky. We can delete that. Oh yeah, I'm taking pictures of random stuff. That's awesome. Oh yeah, there's dinner. This is the table I'm sitting at right now. So my tacos. Let me see if I can see what else we got here. I'll let you guys stare at my food for a minute. You go back another day. So I'm going backwards in time. There we go. There's another sunrise. From same job site, different day. Sunrise again. A little overcast on the day. It's still like it's still a day where it's going to be in the 90s. We have overcast. It's just humid. It's kind of, we had a ton of lightning on one day. I'll have to see if I have that, if I downloaded that onto my computer or not. But I had a morning where we had a lightning storm come through, and there's just flashes of light, constantly going off. We had a day. It actually started a bunch of fires in California. Surprise, California's on fire again. Sorry, that's... California is literally a dumpster fire. There's another picture of our long reach. Now, if this boom looks like it's bent, this is before I even started running it. So you can see that it's got a weird, funny shape here, which kind of gives it a little bit of an optical illusion of being bent because of the angle we're at. I'm hoping I have a picture of the other side of this stick, because I was walking away from it and I saw some wrinkles. I'll have to get a picture of it. But this steel right here has some wrinkles in it, and God, I'm hoping I have pictures of it prior to us using it, because if I do, that means it wasn't our fault. Here's a picture of that long reach buried all the way to the ground. That whole boom and stick and everything, all the way down, reaching as far as it'll go. Actually, it can go a little deeper, but I'd have to track forward to get right up on the shoring. But the problem is the boom is so long, the boom will actually hit the other side of the shield before it gets all the way down to the bottom. So I may be staying back because of that reason. Now I got my spotter over here giving me hand signals, probably 3 of them giving me hand signals all at the same time. So when you run into a situation, if you're ever digging and you got multiple guys throwing signals at you, you pick your ground man that you work with all the time, and you watch his hand signals. That's it. You watch the guy that you always get hand signals from. You always stare at him. If somebody else walks up and starts giving hand signals, you just ignore them. Doesn't matter who it is, if it's your boss or whatever. If your ground man stops giving you hand signals, then you start following whoever is giving you hand signals at that point, or you just stop and then wait until they figure out who's going to give hand signals. And here we go again. So all that boom was down in the hole. I'm looking for the wrinkles, guys. I keep hoping to see them, but I don't see them. Actually, that's that same side. I need a picture of the other side. But everything, typically we take pictures always on the cab side. Okay, that's the last one there. Oh, see, always on the cab side. So this is the day it showed up. What else we got? Oh yeah, those are the joysticks I had ordered that never showed up. This was during the assembly. See, we hadn't even put in the back section, so we got our 8-foot section or 12-foot section that spanned the pipe, and then a 10-foot section over here, which is what we were working on. I don't know what size that may have been, a 12-footer. Oh, it was the 12-footer going in the center. So we'd only gotten down about, I don't know, 12 or 15 feet. So we're putting in the sections as we went down. So. All right, so that's what I've got for job site stuff. I'm gonna close that out. Oh, come on, close. The last few days, I've actually been playing digital combat simulators, flight sims. Been playing that. I got a group that I play with, and so hadn't really done anything to prepare, so I'm just using the stuff that I've got. All right, you say you can barely hear me. That any better? That should turn up my volume a little bit. Why does it say cam 1? Hello, hello, hello. Maybe I'm just talking a little quieter today. My voice is a little raspy. That sound better? I usually run volumes a little lower just so you guys can turn up. It's a quality thing when it comes to sound. If you actually record at a lower volume, it allows sound systems to sound better at the receiving end of it. So that way, you can turn the volume up and it won't blow out speakers or distort. Okay. All right. I'll just max it out for you. So it's just hitting into the yellow bar a little bit now. So that's what that is. So let me see if I can get set up here, and we'll play a little construction simulator. get all this stuff moved around. Okay. I need another monitor. I've only got 2 monitors on this computer. My my gaming computer's got 3. Although I don't think that one would really help too much. Alright, waiting for it to start up. I think it's starting. Yep, there it goes. Okay, good. No, I'm not going live. Yay, construction simulator. So we're going to start a new project and we'll go from there. There'll be some jumping around. There's my character, very limited. Doesn't look like me at all. So let's come in, let's find ourselves a job. Swimming pool, that would be fun. But the jobs that were in here are not here anymore. Alright, we'll do this stupid little job. Manhole, so excavation, component replacement, and site approval, which is stupid. I don't know. That's the first time I've seen that little thing. We'll try it on high. Accept contract. Okay, you can go rent a excavator. I could try to do it with a backhoe. What do you guys think? Should I try it with a backhoe or should I just rent the excavator? So map, where's the job? Ooh, job site's right next to the here. Fast travel over to that. Alright. So alright, excavator. It's already pre-selected for us. We'll rent that. Didn't have enough money to buy it, so we're renting, which is normal. Okay. It should be sitting out here. Yes, it is. Now, who leaves their excavators parked like this? This is a bad practice. That bucket should be grounded and on the ground per safety rules. This thing is shiny. No, wrong button. There we go. We get into it. And then we gotta fast travel over to the job site. I'm not gonna waste a bunch of time loading it on a truck and driving it just down the road. Alright. Oh. I gotta figure this thing out. Controls are gonna be John Deere controls. That's awesome. Alright. Now let's get going. So, found the key to put me in the cab. We're just gonna come up here and absolutely destroy the sidewalk. We're tracking over it. Oh, wrong button. There's our got our manhole material sitting here. So we'll have to hook up to that. And why does it always have to be at night? turn my lights on. Let me see. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. I see my track. We're in line. So let's get you guys a little view here. See if I can do this. Open the bucket. Put it down. Scoop it. This is, what do we think? We need to get a dump truck. I need a dump truck to put all this in. Or we're just gonna throw it somewhere. Scoot up a little closer to the hole. All right. We're gonna have to do something different. We gotta do something different. I don't know why this has to be at night though. Well, we're just gonna sit on the curb then. Got batter boards that are sitting up there. Come on, track forward. Track forward. Just must be California. There's a pothole. We'll sit out here, see if we can keep from destroying the curb, which I just twisted on. So that'll be fun to repair later. Okay, and yes, machines are this twitchy sometimes. They'll do things that you don't want them to do. Out there it is. Down and in. Oh yeah. Let's wreck it. So part of digging is understanding and knowing where you're digging. Why did it leave a pile? I don't get that. Come in, take a scoop. So the most powerful part of your dig is going to be in your scooper. So your bucket curl will have the most power in it to be able to take the most material or pull through the hardest grounds. Your stick is your next powerful, which is the stick is out there on the there. Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. Can't do that. I'm just going to try to use my mouse to point. This is hard with ice sticks. Don't hit the building. Come back in. See, the controls seem backwards to me. It's just I keep going up. And someone told me, have fun trying to make grade. Yeah, this thing doesn't make grade very well. At least not the setup I'm currently using. So, how am I doing, guys? Am I doing a horrible job? I'm leaving piles of dirt all over the top of the trench. That's not safe. This thing really hasn't told me how deep I need to go. So up, not down, chain. Cast our material off as far as we can go. Controls are backwards again. Scoop. Just blow up the ground. Make the worst hole possible. Okay, that's not the right way. This is hard. Doing it with the keyboard sucks. I don't know, am I getting any better? I can't tell. I don't think I am. So one thing you can do when you're casting your material and it starts piling up and getting too close to your hole, you can come in on the front side of the pile where you're at and go down and push the material out and away from you. So, no, up. And see, when you're sitting in the cab, I got the keyboard set up so up makes the thing go up and down makes the boom go down. And in a machine, that's not how it works. Pushing forward, since the keyboard's laying flat, pushing forward actually makes the boom go down, and pulling back makes it go up. So that's why I'm having a hard time with this, and then plus the keys are backwards, because the boom and stick should be the other way. So basically these are John Deere controls where the boom is on your... Is my camera really lagging that much? Maybe my computer's not good enough for this. You guys still with me? How's the stream look? Is it bad? Because it looks bad from my side. Hey, Tex. Yeah, Tex, I need to get the 2 joysticks set up. So is the stream looking like garbage? Or is... Oh, okay, you're saying it looks good? Okay. There I am with the frickin' mouse again. Sorry, guys. You know, I like playing with the mouse a lot. So, anyways, okay, I'll keep digging. You guys say it's good. I'll keep going. We'll just make this hole as deep as I can make it. I've only excavated 60... Oh, dang. Oh, no. Not that. Man, I feel like an apprentice trying to dig. Go down. Scoop, curl, fill the buckets. Another thing when you're trenching, once the bucket's full, you don't need to keep trying to pull material. That's just bad, because now you're just making piles of dirt like all the way around the trench here. Get it backwards again. Throw material. Boom up. Boom up. And this bucket does not open up very wide, and that is typical of some excavators. The buckets just won't open all the way up, which causes a whole nother set of problems with... But digging a trench, it's not such a bad thing. Oh man, this thing's gonna... And beating these machines around, so the connector onto the bucket up at top, beating these things around, that's one of the reasons why machines get so sloppy as they get older, is because you get guys like this, like me, just slamming stuff around. And ooh, we're almost there. We're at 92% dug. So just making a mess out of everything. The rig's hurting. Your back's hurting from slamming it around so much. Okay, should be one more scoop and we're done. Take one out of the other side over here. If I can get my controls to go the right way. Take our scoop. Yay, that was it. Oh my god, it's caving in. Now, one thing that we're missing in all of this is... Oh look, they put the base in already. So there's already a base of concrete in the bottom. So you come in, you get your bottom graded, you put your... You put bedding down and then pour a concrete base, and then you're pretty much ready to start stacking your barrels, which is what we're doing. Now I need to go move over to get to the barrels. tear up the curb and sidewalk some more without barricade. Oh, we do have a barricade down the street. Cool. All right. We'll curl. The chain should be on the backside. Is this thing gonna let me pick up one of these? No, it is not. They're gonna make me come out with a frickin' boom truck. Oh, sweet. Oh, and they're hooking it to the teeth. Ha! So there's our four-way we were talking about. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. Okay. Okay. Back the machine up. This is so dangerous to do this off a tooth. It is not the way you want to do this. Swing it like... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Danger. Danger. Shake hands with danger. Oh. Can't tell where I'm at. Am I using the right barrel here? Come on. All the way down. Dude, this is ugly. I'm caving in all the walls and everything. There you go. We'll just drop her in. Don't hit the building. Track forward. Who would put this material this close to a frickin' light pole? Swing over. So, and to be honest with you, if we were doing this on a job site, we probably would have had a dump truck come by and loaded all that material into a dump truck. That way we wouldn't have had to have that material on site. But since I'm lazy, especially since this is a game. Uh-oh. I'm not close enough. Oh, it's going to do it for me. Damn. Uh-oh. Oh, look, they automatically put all the piping in for us, so everything's connected. So all we gotta do is get to the top of it, get to the cone, and this is a eccentric, or no, this is a concentric cone, which means it's leaning to one side. Centric or eccentric would be that it's a centralized center cone, so it's all equal on all sides. Let's see, can I reach it? No, I can't. Back up, since I'm on the pole. Track up and over my pile of dirt. Let's see what that... Oh yeah, we're having fun. This is the part, so you got to watch your mirror. So if you can see this left mirror that I'm looking at, you can see the pole in the mirror. So you can use your mirror to swing as close to that pole as you want or need to, and that'll prevent you from really screwing up and hitting a pole or anything that might be in there. So it's always good to be very mindful of your mirrors, and having them adjusted correctly is a big part of doing what we do, making sure everything's right. And another thing, when you're doing loads, if you're picking up a heavy load, you always want to have the load over your front tracks or the back of the tracks. Going over the side is not necessarily the best practice because you could tip over. And we don't like tipping over on these things because it's bad. It's all bad. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, go out a little bit more. And boom, we're in place. Sweet. Okay, Now, I think we're on to backfill, clear site, clear the construction site. All right, that means throw the dirt back in the hole. So a couple of methods we can go with. Let's open up the bucket. Let's come, nope. So what we can do is we can either use the side bucket and kind of swipe the material, which this one's not going to let us do, because that's something I would probably do, is just swipe the material sideways. I'd scoop up some material here, throw it in, and just throw it in the hole. See if we can get this going. Do both sides. Stabilize it. This you want to do all around the manhole. That way you're not just absolutely just wrecking house on the manhole, because what'll happen is if you put it all on one side and start compacting on one side, you'll wind up with the manhole leaning or something like that. You could break the seals, because we have an oil-based product that is like chewing gum that goes around, and when you put the manholes together, the tongue and groove go together like this, there's that stuff, it just kind of squishes into all the gaps and creates a seal. And that stuff, you don't want to break that seal on it, because then you're just causing more problems for yourself. I don't know if this is actually doing anything, is it? Oh, it is. Okay, cool. I'm just really bad at it in the game. I really need to get these controls reversed. Let's not in the manhole. I'm gonna fill the manhole up. No, oh, up. This whole control backwards thing sucks. Now I'm going to go to work on Monday and have my controls all backwards. Is it already getting dark again? Did the day go by faster than the night? I can't tell. Or is that the sun rising? No, is that the sun rising? For some reason, it seems like there's less dirt on top than there was in the hole. I should probably be doing this with the backhoe. Using the front bucket on the backhoe to put all this back. And another thing we would have is a compaction wheel. We'd be compacting this as we bring it up. Or we'd be having laborers with whackers whacking in the ground. Ooh, I advanced a level. Don't know what I did to do that, but congratulations to me. Okay, I'm going to check something. Let's check the job, see the progress. Site work. It says site work components. Huh. Well, it says we're done. So let me get out of this, see if I can find the foreman. Typically you'll walk off the job and then walk back onto the job. I don't know. Typically let's get this machine returned. Why? Go fast travel. There we go. Get out. Company, vehicle, we can return. It says 80%. I busted the machine up 80%. Job here. Debriefing. So I need to go back over to the job. Talk to the foreman. Oh, look, somebody else backfilled it for me. Got our manhole cover on it. Those things are about 300 pounds, depending on it, because this looks like a big manhole cover. They're typically only about, what, 36 inches, I believe, 36 inches round. That looks like a 48. Speak with foreman. Okay. I spoke with him. There it is. Oh, look at that. Yay, I made $12,000 putting in a manhole. And that manhole cost way more than that. That would have been about a $50,000 job. Let's see here. Everybody have fun? You're calling OSHA. Thanks. My audio is doubled. All right. I just turned off the desktop audio. Is that any better? Oh, I know what it is, guys. My microphone is picking up the game. That's what it is. So is it my microphone that's doubled? Obviously, I've got more figuring out on this. Oh, sure enough. Okay, I see the issue. Bam. Okay. My audio mixer was shrunk, and I didn't see the second microphone. That should fix it. Fixed, yes. God, I wish you guys had said something earlier. All right. I thought, see, that was my fault. Again, I'm a noob. I'm screwing this stuff up left and right. Okay, does that sound better? Give you some more volume as well. Why would you call OSHA on me? I didn't have anybody in the hole. I mean, everything looked like it just came off the tooth and just went right in there. Just shake it off and, you know, it'd be all good and dandy. Oh, what do we want to do next? We want to keep going at this, or we want to get back to just talking stuff? Ooh, pipe work. There we go. Trench box. We're going to do that one. I don't care. Accept job. Alright, get to use my backhoe. Shoring. Cable laying. Unpacking. Ooh, we actually get to backfill this one. Okay. Map. Nope. Go to my building yard. There. Go get my backhoe. You're gonna see how bad of a driver I am on my Got my flatbed. I don't have a truck to pull it. I got to rent a truck to pull it. I actually lost money on that project. Well, left my headlights on. So when you guys are traveling in any kind of a wheeled vehicle and you've got a front bucket on it, want to keep your bucket low to the ground to keep stable. Oh, I can't see where I'm going. There we go. You know what I didn't do? I didn't check to find out where my job is. Okay, I know where my job is. Oh, you stopped for me. That's mighty white of you. Whoa, don't hit the people. Don't hit the people. So Windsor, how many times have you had to drive a piece of equipment through through a town or whatever? I got a yield. Why is it a yield? Oh well, some idiot made the map. Alright, I got a little mini map to my left, my little GPS. So when you're driving around, you want to make sure everything is clear. Look left, look right, we're gonna go. That looks like a school. Okay, this looks like the job site here. It is. Okay. Yeah, now I can haul ass on there. This looks like it right here. Oh, it's over there. I see it. Somebody's front yard. Switch into backhoe mode. Now, when you set up your backhoe, you can actually set the front bucket off to the side a little bit, so you have a better line of visibility. Oh, look at that! It even shows the controls, and they're backwards. Look at that. You pull back and it goes down. That is horrible, horrible. That is gonna really throw me. And this, basically, you would take your head and you would lean to look around the boom. Oh my God, this is bad. This is all bad. Nope, nope, nope. See, pull back. This is all bad. Come on, go. Oh, I dumped all my dirt. I didn't curl enough. That's one of the things about the backhoe is the buckets may not. Sometimes the backhoe buckets will actually won't curl all the way, and that's design. That's so this is more of the digging design. They have a truck loading bucket where the bucket will actually curl all the way up to the stick, and that'll allow you to throw your material up into the truck. Oh, sorry guys. I am getting distracted looking at comments. I don't know if this thing will allow me to do the whole pick myself up and push myself backwards. Oh, and I just noticed something. So, with the backhoe bucket, if you curl it too much while you're in, all your spoils will fall out the backside. So when you're running the backhoe, you got to make sure you keep your bucket level to keep the material in the bucket. Oh, I'm only 13% excavated. Maybe I should have done this with an excavator. Oh, this is so ugly. I'm doing such a bad job at this. Am I getting better? I can't tell. I don't think I am. Holy cow. Yeah, I definitely need a bigger excavator for this. Should have brought an excavator. Come on, up. Let's just throw the dirt everywhere. Why are your controls backwards? Because I'm not willing to fix them. I'm an idiot. Just scoop up my bucket with the forks and haul butt. Yeah, we do that too. That's what the loader hand is for. One thing I haven't noticed is, does this thing have an extend-a-hoe on it? Do we have an extend-a-hoe? I do not see extend-a-hoe. Nope, no extend-a-hoe. At least not one that I can find. Oh, come on. Can't get back. Get back. Sorry. This is taking way longer than it should. Holy cow. This is hurting my brain. This is really hurting my brain doing it like this. But you know what? There may come a day when this is actually how construction is done, where some guy sitting at a computer is going to be playing with his keyboard, running a piece of equipment on a job site that he's not at. So this could be the future training for you younger guys out there. And I know Caterpillar is actually working on stuff like this, to where you can sit at home or in the office or something like that and run the machines. Alright, I'm going to call this back in. We're going to pull forward. No, get it backwards again. Oh, I see we left some dirt behind. Let's go get that. So we're at 38%, it says. I keep screwing up the bottom. Come on, come on, come on. Scoop up. There we go. I like that. That looks a lot better. No. Okay, we're gonna... Because I don't think this thing will allow me to do it the way I want to do it. No. I did set it. Okay, we're going to drive forward just a little bit. Let's see our outside view. So I'm going to actually do what I said, and we are going to set up a little crooked so we have a little better view. Like so. So now we're at a little bit of an angle so you can actually look out of the side of the cab. Now, let's see what this looks like. So now I can see my bucket, I can see what I'm doing a little bit, and we have a better view of the dump area. So see how just changing the angle of how the machine sits will really change how you actually operate, your visibility and whatnot. Now I gotta relearn to dig again. Up is down, down is up, Shane. Holy smokes. Hit a rock. Okay. This is ugly. This is not how trenching normally goes. Unless you got a new guy. Get the apprentice on the backhoe. Up. Out. I do not suck this bad in real life, guys. I seriously feel like I'm starting to learn how to dig all over again. EH controls on an excavator? Yeah, no. Excavator controls are the cat controls. IHO, I believe, is ISO. Ran a 323 yesterday. It felt terrible. I'm used to Komatsu pilot controls. Komatsu pilot controls? I do not know what those are. Hey, Luke, you're a surveyor? Sweet. You guys are my best friends because I need you to fix all the things that my boss is telling me I'm doing wrong, even though the stake says I'm doing it right. Although sometimes we have had survey screw up jobs before, and the survey company had to pay for us to go back and redig a trench, pull all the pipe out of the ground because they had made a plus and minus error. They did plus instead of minus on the depth, and we wound up having our pipe in the rock zone of the road, which was really bad. Hydraulic over hydraulic control. I believe that's pretty much how most of them work. The newer machines now have... So basically hydraulic over hydraulic is your controls are connected to hydraulic lines that operate the valves in the back of the machine, which open and close the valves for the main lines that controls the arm and everything. And that is what operates the machine. Now, that's on older machines, that's fairly typical. The newer machines are electric over hydraulic, where you have like the new machines, all the Kobelcos I'm running, it's electric, so you move, it still feels kind of the same, but you're getting an electric signal that goes to the valving that opens and closes the valves and moves the machine. I actually think I like the hydraulic over hydraulic because I can actually feel the hydraulic fluid flowing through the controls when that's happening. The electric over hydraulic, you've got to use your ears more than anything else. Is you're trying to listen for the hydraulics versus feeling the hydraulics actually flowing through the pipes. So that's kind of my opinion on that. But Komatsu's not a bad machine. I mean, especially their bigger machines are pretty good. I don't know about their 300s and smaller or anything like that. It's been forever, because the last Komatsu's I ran were those old 80s blue models that had the square bodies on them. Those were the ones I ran. It had an old 200 and a 300 that we had. 300 that was kind of like a long reach, but not a long reach. It was like that in between long stick and boom. Oh god, this is looking so bad. I think laborers are going to have a lot of shovel work to do on the bottom of this one. Oh god, I think I dug better not looking. So Komatsu are smooth to operate, but they are always super weak and always have a dealer turn them up. Yeah. So I was talking, we had a barbecue a couple of days ago, a week ago or so, and the old owner of a company I used to work for also works for the company I'm working for. I got to sit down and have a chat with him about the Kobelcos and stuff like that. We were specifically talking about the hybrid 200s that we have, or the 210s. And I actually like the Komatsu 210s. Or, sorry, Kobelco, the hybrid 2. So the hybrid Kobelco actually runs with the swing motor is the only thing that's electric. And if they're not and those are really computer controlled. So if the computer's not dialed in right, you won't have the swing power or anything that an electric motor can provide. Because electric controls are actually better or more powerful than the hydraulic system's counterparts. So that's why you have big mining machines that are their hydraulic systems are all run on electric pumps, not hydraulic pumps. They're all hydraulic, but the electrics are what basically deliver the power. I keep going backwards. See, I start thinking about it and I can't dig anymore. But an electric machine, is, you would imagine, is a lot more powerful than a hydraulic machine, which stands true. I mean, you look at the Teslas, how fast they are. These things are stupid fast. I need an extend-a-hoe. I keep getting them backwards. I'm running John Deere controls, not cat controls. That and the boom is upside down. The controls are upside down, so that's not helping any. I'll have to move one more time here. We're at 73%. Get everything tucked back in because this game's stupid. No, up. So we'll do the same thing. I'll pull forward and then I'll back up and put it at that angle we're talking about here. Not far enough. Come on. We can do this. No, we can't. We're being dumb. Come on. No brakes. There we go. Our Komatsu dealer let us demo the 365 hybrid. It had electric swing too. It was okay. The swing was pretty fast. It was putting in a sewer about 15 feet deep, pulling double boxes I really can't complain. Okay. I didn't like the engine constantly revving up and down. That was annoying. Yeah, Kobelcos do that too. The whole revving thing. There should be an option. I don't know about Komatsu's, but I know the Kobelco has an option for turning off the throttle control. So you can just turn it up and just leave it there. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. That's a better swing. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Get the bucket. Fill the bucket up. Honestly, guys, I am way better than this. It's a game. And I can't seem to remember what... Oh. There go all the pins. We're wearing out the pins doing that in the bushings. So, as you can see, sitting the backhoe a little bit sideways makes it so much easier to see what we're doing. Doesn't make you a better operator, just gives you better visibility. I'm just happy that I can actually some of the things that I do and work actually translate into the game a little bit here. I really wish those joysticks had showed up yesterday. That would make this so much better. I think I need to upgrade my video card in this system. I'm still running an old 1080 Ti in this computer. Vix, have you ever worked around Senko? I worked with them for 7 years before I moved to Utah. Senko, the company, I haven't directly worked with them, although I do know of them. So I'm not sure how they are versus, you know, I've only worked for a handful of companies in my career. So, I mean, I've had 2 companies I worked my majority of my career with. Oh, that was so bad. And so I've got 15 years right now with this company, and a previous company I did like 13, 14 years, and then my apprenticeship I bounced around for a couple companies. And then 2009, 2010, I was actually out of work because that was a bad year for me. I had very few hours that year. I think I only got like 700 and something hours that year, which is like not even half of what I normally get. So my normal work year is about 1,800 hours. Come on, let's get this job done. 90 went from 93 to 92. Come on. You guys are killing me here. Dirt keeps falling out of my bucket back in the hole. I wonder why it's taking so long to get this done. Yeah. That's because I got my controls backwards. I keep doing things doubling up. I keep hitting things and smacking things I shouldn't. I didn't even get anything in that bucket. Oh my god. Okay. Do this again. Put bucket down. And see, this boom doesn't even go all the way down. That boom should bury all the way down. This machine should easily dig 12 feet. And we're only 5 feet. And also, so you see dirt that was falling out when I swing. That really happens. That's a thing. Now, it's not as much as what's being depicted, but it does happen. And that's one of those instances where it's bad for laborers, that if there's laborers around you, or whatever, you come in, you swing, you stop, dirt goes flying off, and it can possibly hit somebody. So I've got a couple of rules for guys working in the hole around me is they've got to be 10 feet away from my digging area. So wherever I can reach, 10 feet past that. As long as they stay 10 feet away, I'm happy. It makes me more relaxed and allows me to dig more. Or I can dig at full speed and not be worried about having somebody get hit by the bucket or flying debris coming off the bucket. God, this has got to be one of the worst holes I've ever dug. Down into the ground, take a scoop. This is taking forever. One more scoop out of doer. This is painful, guys. I know. This is painful to watch. And there we go. Fine. Alright, you guys hear me? Why did that? Why? Okay. Mike's back. How long has it been out? Oh, I am such a bad streamer, guys. I am such a bad streamer. I don't know what happened there. Sometimes the microphone just does that. I need to get one of those booms. Oh, good. Just so I caught it just in time. Alright. I am not going to drive all the way there. We're just going to fast travel on over. Alright, so we gotta put shoring in place. Why? Oh. Too close to the hole. That's a thing. Are we good? Okay, we're good. Extendo, buddy. Now we just gotta hope we reach all the way out there. Coming down. This thing's got a rotate feature on it, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So rotate it and drop it into place. Now, one thing this game is doing for me is it's so when you swing with a load on, if we were swinging as fast as I'm swinging with this thing, it would be problematic because the load would be swinging all over the place. Oh, that's bad. Close enough. Okay, shoring is in. I gotta go open up. This has got to get opened. Come on. It's not gonna let me do it. I got a flashlight. Lay cables. Going back. I gotta keep laying cables. Unpacking, backfilling. Now, I'm not sure. Bags of stone, okay. No. It's not giving me the option. I don't know what it wants me to do. Do I need to jump in the hole? Ha! And notice I'm not in the shoring itself. So that's illegal. How do I get out? Can I get out? How do I get out? I might be stuck. Oh, hey, there we are. I had just enough. Okay. Unpack. Oh, look at that. It's magic. This game is just absolute magic. Let's see what we got. Alright. Everything's been covered up. They make it easy. So there's a lot of steps that we don't have to do that we do in real life. So let's pack up our machine. Nope, back the other way. Get this guy out of the way. Alright, once I get this one done, guys, we'll go back to the regular view. Get away from... We'll quit playing this. Well, let's see if I can... And controls are backwards again. Dump. Alright. So, helpful hint for guys that aren't in the know. The... don't get stuck. The top of the bucket, you can see there's a little flat bar area. That represents what the bottom of the bucket is doing. So if the bucket was designed right, if you tilt it down, it'll scoop more. If you have it tilted back, it's obviously going to ride on top or not scoop. So you can use the top of the bucket to kind of tell you what the bottom of the bucket is doing. Come on. God, these backhoes are so weak. Just blast into it. So typically you want to try to get it to just, for me, I just try to shove it into the hole in this situation. But this is not as easy as it looks. Pull in. Dump. So trying to get a nice cycle. At least they got the fence angled out so it's easier. Go on up. Go on. There we go. We're filling up pretty quick. Make sure I'm not backing into the fence. Oh, God. Oh, God. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. Now, let's see if this actually works. So if you get in trouble, you can take your bucket down, throw it in reverse, and curl, but it is not going to do it for me. Let's see how bad this is. This is bad. So normally what I would do, I'd take the bucket, drop it down here, and now you could curl. Oh, it's gonna do it. It did it. I got myself out. Sweet. So that's how you can save yourself out of certain situations with a backhoe. You can take the bucket, put it down, and rotate it, and it'll push you backwards. That is cool. I actually like that that worked. No. Damn, controls backwards again. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. Come on. Pick up. Back up. God, this thing's so bad. Try not to drive in the hole. Don't drive in the hole. Sorry, people. Whoever lives in that house, we're up here working all night. Don't go in the hole, don't go in the hole. Up is down, down is up. Okay, we're at 79% backfilled. Almost there. This whole up and down thing is just driving me absolutely nuts. So the default controls are backwards. The up and downs are backwards. Everything else seems to be about right in this game anyways. It's just the up and downs they've got backwards. And like the power of the machine, the curl on the bucket is wrong. It should have a ton of power on the curl. It should be able to scoop material up like there's no tomorrow. Oh, going back in the hole again. Oh, so close, so close. Come on, get out of the hole, get out of the hole, get out of the hole. Is it gonna fill in? Oh God, it's so close. Turning the wheels towards the bank. And we're stuck again. There we go. Oh, look at it, it worked again. No, backwards, backwards. Alright, I guess if I pull off the site, it'll auto-fill everything. It'll be magic. Yep, it's magic. Alright, go talk to the foreman. We're done with this project. Leave my bucket in the air because, you know, who cares? Yay, job complete. Alright. Alright, guys. I don't know if you enjoyed that or not, but I think I need a better graphics card in this computer. It's an old 1080 Ti, Today's stuff, especially with streaming and trying to do the game at the same time, it's kind of a pain. So, anyways, did you guys enjoy that at all? Okay, Tran says he's enjoying it, but I think he's a little, he's young. You guys got any other questions or anything about jobs? I know I had a guy in here that had, who I got left? I got 2 people watching. So, Tran, you're the last guy watching. I think the stream got pretty bad there. I don't know if it's my upload speed or what's going on, but I could see that the actual video was bad. It started getting a little laggy there. So, anyways, I don't know what all we got going, what else I got to go on. So, I think I'm just going to call it here since that's it. So, I'm going to call it, bud, since it's just, oh, it says not, yeah, now it says I got 5 people in here watching. Ethan, can you work on a permit in the union when you are at? Okay, might have to clear up that statement a little. I'm a Southern India equipment operator operating the union and working on a permit. Are you talking about like a visa from out of the country? Because as long as if I'm getting that statement correct, if you are a alien is here on a work visa or permit, then there's no problem. As long as you're here legally, you can join the union, you can work on jobs and whatnot. So we have guys, I mean, a lot of Spanish speaking folk that are here and have green cards, and they've been here forever, and they work and pay their taxes and everything. As long as you pay your taxes, do all that stuff, you're good to go. Any other questions? Anything? As I'm probably going to be shutting down the stream here in just a second. Been on this will be almost an hour. So if you guys got anything else you want to say, I've got several places you can contact me through. I've the Lever Monkey on Facebook, the Lever Monkey on Instagram. I post pictures and stuff like that there. I also have what else do I have? Sircles is another one that I use. I have a chat room in Sircles with an S. No, I am a veteran and have worked in construction, site work, and pipe for many years. They call it working on a permit here. You work so many hours on a permit instead of doing on-the-job training. Oh, so... see, because I don't know on a permit. I guess you're permitted to work. I'm trying to get to. Okay, I kind of get what you're doing. So basically, it's like a probationary period. You pay them, you get a permit to work, and they basically evaluate you for joining the union. Yeah, I mean that's here. It's a little bit different. You actually have to go through the process of joining the union. You file all your paperwork. They have to accept you into the union, and you go through a probationary period, same thing as the permit, I guess, and then you're in the union once you pay your initiation dues, which I think is like $1,000 or $1,500. I don't know how much it is now, but it was $1,000 when I joined back in 1994. So I'm guessing it's probably more than that now. All right. Tran sent me a video on Instagram, or sorry, Messenger. Let's see, what did you send me? Oh, you finished your spaceship. You finished this spaceship launch pad. That's cool. Yeah, I'll eventually get to that. I think that's an add-on. I don't have that. That's a add-on to the construction simulator. Yes, like probably probationary period. I have kids and can't take the pay cut of being an apprentice, so a lot of folks work on a permit here. Okay, so I guess, are you talking about just permitting for a certain time period, and then you go to different jobs and you have to get permitted for every job? That's kind of weird. So I guess, are you non-union and you're just working on union projects, and then that time gets put in, so you got to pay the union dues and whatnot during that time period, or are you getting all the way into the union and then being able to go to job, all the union jobs? Oh, and a side note, thank you for your service. So my dad was retired USAF. He did 20 years in the Air Force. He flew B-52s, actually. Let me. So my dad flew this guy right here, B-52, Stratofortress. He flew that. He also flew this bad boy here. He also flew the Aardvark. Sorry, I'm tism. I got my little autism going. So this was a model that my grandfather had. My grandfather helped design it. This rear vertical stabilizer was my grandfather's design. I actually have paperwork and books and everything like that. And so it was cool that my grand flew it. So your union, when on a permit for the union, put in so many hours, and then you are full-time union. Okay, so yeah, that's basically, so okay. You just have a different name for it. We call it a probationary period for entering into the union. So you get people that come in from outside of the state or outside of the union, non-union workers. They want to join the union. They go through the process of joining the union, then they go out and do their probationary period for, I think it's 750 hours. Once they have the 750 hours, then they pay their initiation fees, and they are permanently in the union. They can't get kicked out. I appreciate the not wanting to go through the apprenticeship program because you have kids and whatnot. And so I've talked about this before in previous videos, is that coming into the union for Local 3 here and Local 12, they have a process when you transfer in, and you would become a C-list operator. So basically, that's on the dispatch list. So if you don't have current work, you are on the out of work list, and then so we have A list operators, which are people like me that have went through the apprenticeship program or have been with the union for so many years, put in the time and money and in good standing. We are A list. Then there's a B list of the guys that have bumped up, put in time, and they get bumped up to B list. And then they have C list guys, which would be guys that have just moved their book over, and they have to put in their time to move their way up into the upper lists. Or you could be signing up, say, my local is District 80, but I sign up on District 20, which is Stockton. So I would be on the C list in Stockton, but the A list in Sacramento. So I hope that helps a little bit. All right, so I appreciate it. I didn't know other states work. Yeah, I think most of them, because they're all IEUO run, so they're all the same basic union. So they all basically have the same process. It's just the verbiage may be a little bit different from state to state, and there may be some fine little, in the fine print kind of differences. You run excavators from minis up to 490, Komatsu, skid steer, loader, pan tractors. I mean, it's the top operators, so the whole statement of master, what is it? Great, I'm having a senile seizure. So you get guys that can run everything pretty good, and a master of one, but doesn't know how to do anything else. That's not the kind of guy. You want a guy that can run anything. He can jump on a piece of machinery and do about 80 if you can get a guy that can do 80% skillfully on any machine, he's worth more than a guy that can only do one thing 100%, because that one guy that can do 100% on just a crane or just this or just that, he can't jump. He's not useful to be able to, if you need someone to do something else. So it's just one of those deals where being able to run everything is so much better than not being able to run other stuff. And same thing with excavators, backhoes. They have several different types of controls. I've run almost all the controls that are out there, from Ford backhoes that had what we called Ford controls, John Deere controls, Cat controls, case controls, the 4-stick and 3-stick, foot pedals with the cases. I've run all that. You're correct. Anybody can say they're an operator. I see that all the time. Yeah, it's true. And I don't know how many times I've had young guys come out that have 5-6 years in the union, and just because they're out of the apprenticeship program, so they went through the apprenticeship program. And one of the things that happens in an apprenticeship program is that the large companies are required to put the apprentice on all the different types of equipment that they offer. So he may be hired just to run a loader, but if the apprentice requests, say, can I go run the dozer for a while, or can I try running this, or can I try running that, it's the obligation of the company to supply him with a little bit of training time on those different pieces of equipment when time is available. And then that apprentice will then get laid off, go to another company, and say, oh yeah, I ran dozer, over here with this company. And then they think, okay, he has that idea of what he's doing. He goes and jumps on it and has no idea what he's doing. Yeah, he can move the levers and whatnot, but he does not have a clue of how to be productive on that machine. And that, again, like I always say, that takes time. You got your Class A CDL for the reason of being the most universal employee possible, which probably hurt you in the long run. Been watching you for years, brother. Thank you. Gotta hop off here. Stay safe, brother. You too, man. Thanks for popping in and asking some questions. You got in just under the wire. So with that, guys, I'm going to pop off myself. I've got some chores to do. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. And as always, keep your butt level and your ditch straight. And again, how do we stop this thing? Every time.